I came across a pretty large patch of stinging nettle on the side of the trail. A lot of people know to beware of it because of its stinging properties, but what a lot of people don't know is it's widely used as an allergy relief. People will take the needles and make them into teas and dry them out. It's a pretty common early season foraging material also because it just has such a wide use and it's packed with a lot of vitamins and nutrients. It does sting, but that will come off with blanching, or if you were to blend it up in like a smoothie or something, then you will not be eating the stinging parts of it, which are little hairs all over it. And then something also cool about stinging nettle is that it's part of the mint family. So if you look close at its stem, it's actually square shaped like mint, and things in the mint family are. And you can tell by the leaves also that it's got some mint vibes to it too, if you're familiar. So this one is good to forage until it starts getting its little flowers, and those look kind of like beads or like pearl strings. And the reason you can't forage it after that point is because there is a toxin in it that can cause kidney issues. It also is here now, but it's not in high enough levels to hurt you, but it gets a little too big of a level once it gets mature. So you always want to eat the fresh, young plants. Those generally have the most vitamins and nutrients in them too. Here we have a pretty low western cedar that's easy to look at. Key characteristics of this is the bark is in strips. That's why the natives use it to basket weave, because it comes off in strips and it's really easy to work with. Same with cedar hats and clothes as well. They have a lot of uses for cedar. And then key identifier for it is to flip it under, and the stomata lines, if you can see little butterflies going up them. So here is the underside of the tree, and if you flip it over and upwards, you can see all the butterflies going up it. And then those are the stomata lines. That's where the tree is inhaling and exhaling. So here I found myself in a wetland, and some of those key indicators are the cattails sticking up, the stag sticking out of the water, the dead tree. I've got lots of lily pads and marsh around me too. And then here, since I'm coastal, so I've got the madrone tree here, or madrona, depending on what you call it and where you're from. Ours are the Pacific madrone. And something real cool about these guys is they have self-peeling bark. So that's why we get to see their beautiful red trunks so much, is because they shed their outer bark layer. And that's a result of them being a coastal species, and all the salt in the air from the salt water is just a little bit acidic for them, and it's just easier for them to peel their bark off. Pretty cool. Here we have some super tall Oregon grape. This is the variety that is more of a tall shrub or a small tree than a small shrub or a little bush like the other variety, which is the one I see most commonly. So it's always exciting to see this larger version of Oregon grape. And yeah, it's not holly, it is Oregon grape. Almost stepped on a garter snake. It was all coiled up, and here it is, just laying against this branch trying to blend in. Bye, buddy. Here we have the Oregon grape blooming. Some really pretty yellow flowers. Almost looks like holly, the leaves, because they're all waxy and pointy. But this is native, unlike holly that's invasive. Here at the end of our road, and we've got some skunk cabbage, which gets its name from its pretty strong odor. And something cool about this plant is it's been around since the prehistoric times, so this plant has really seen some stuff over the years. And it's got beautiful giant yellow flowers in the spring, followed by gigantic green leaves. See some kind of on the far side. And yeah. This one, the leaves are used. The plant is toxic, but due to the size and the thickness of the leaves, they're commonly used in Native American burn pits where they dig the hole in the ground and bake their food under the fire. This is the kind of leaf that a lot of time they will wrap that food in to protect it and get it all nice and cooked. Let's just have a moment of wetland appreciation. Moment for a bog blog, if you will. Thank you, wetlands. They are a vital part of our ecosystem. Got some commotion over there. Now here is the ground variety of Oregon grape. It's not yet as close to blossoming as the tall stuff is. The leaves are pretty similar, a little less intense than the taller shrub version of it though. And then it'll get those yellow flowers and those nice purplish blueberries. I always encourage people to forage and use holly as holiday decoration because you don't have to feel bad about picking it and you don't have to ethically forage it because it's invasive and it never belongs where it's at in the forest. But the important thing to remember is that holly can propagate so easily. So when getting rid of it after the holidays, you never want to throw it outside or in your garden like dumpster because it can propagate and spread that way. So that's a big reason why we've got such a problem with it, is it spreads so easily and can propagate just about anywhere.